What is going on, guys? Welcome to the full beginner's guide to Naraka Bladepoint, in which I will show you how to find your way throughout the game. I won't show you really how to get better at the game, like in the matches and stuff, but I will show you what all the options are, all the menus, the difference between the heroes, the different modes, and everything like that. So basically all menus, I will show you what they do and what they are. So first of all, a little introduction. I play on a PC with a controller. So when I'm playing the game, so when I'm in the match, I use my controller, but otherwise I'll just use my mouse and keyboard because, well, that's more convenient than a controller. I have a RTX 3050 laptop, and I will show you what my settings are when we come to that part of the video. The menus can be a little overwhelming, so there is a lot of cover. There is a lot to cover, so strap in, and I hope you enjoy and maybe, well, learn something new. So the first thing that you'll see when you open the game is actually not this, but I can show you what it is. If you go to settings through this menu and then go back, for some reason it starts from the very beginning. This is just a warning message, nothing special. And then the notice message. This is basically just a little message from the developers to the players about servers, maintenance, and stuff like that. So you can see that this is something about the 24th of July, but today for me it's actually the 31st of July, so this is already outdated. So you can most of the time just skip this unless this is about something that will happen in the upcoming days for you. So here in the corner you have the server settings. You can select different servers. Well, I'm in Europe, so I'm of course on the Europe server. And I think from what I've read, if you change the server, your data on that server will be reset. So you basically have 4 save data files, so to speak. But yeah, I will just stick with the one that has the lowest ping, because that way you will have the least latency you can get. Alright, so let's actually get into the game. The daily reset thing just happened, different games and their different servers will have different times for when the daily stuff will reset, and for me it just happened, so this is the first time I will launch the game today. Let's wait up until it's loaded. I won't go into every little detail because then the video will take just hours upon hours. So this is the first thing that you'll see. You can just skip this because this is basically everything that's going on currently in the game, like current events and stuff like that. Let's close this. And this is, the first screen that you'll see. It's just the lobby. You can enter a game. You can basically go through all menus here. So the first thing that I want to talk about are the daily quests. So this is your typical daily quest system. You can refresh or you can change what the quest will be by pressing this button. These are quite simple quests, and it gives you 2 things. It gives you normal EXP and the Battle Pass EXP. I will show you what that's all about later. So you'll have these 3 buttons. This is a shortcut for a more expanded version of the little box that's in the lobby screen. It's basically the same, but you'll have other options. We'll come back to this later. So this here is a weekly quest. Basically, you can complete a certain amount of daily quests in order to get this item, and this is an item that you can give to your friends or other people, and you get a little something as well. Then this is Treasure Pavilion and Mascot's Blessing. So first, Treasure Pavilion. Here you can find the treasures, and in the treasures you can find all different kinds of cosmetics. Like this little I button here, you can preview what's in the treasure. And I want to let you know that this isn't actually this thing right here. You select it and you'll see this, but this is in combination with things the game recommends you to combine with this outfit. You can disable that, and this is actually just what you get if you pull this item from the treasure. So there are different treasures. You can get treasures by completing quests from events, or by receiving mails when the developers are being generous. There are 2 tabs. I'm not really sure what exactly is the difference between these two, but I don't think it matters all that much. So this button here is, not all treasures have it, but some do, and if it does have it, it's basically that if you draw an extreme cosmetic, that's the highest rarity for cosmetics at this point in time, then you can select which legendary will be the next legendary item that you get if you get a legendary item. And then I think that once you've done that, you need to get another extreme, or maybe, I'm not really sure, maybe this goes away after you actually get an extreme for the first time. But maybe that's just about this. Like, extreme is guaranteed in 88 treasures. Once you get an extreme, I think that this goes away as well. So there is a very handy website, a web page, and that's this one right here. I will provide a link in the description. Here you can basically find all drop rates for the different treasures. The Immortal treasure, for example, has a 0.3 chance of you getting an extreme item, while the let's see, this treasure right here has a 0.6 chance of you getting an extreme. And this one also doesn't feature any blue, so any rare cosmetics. So let's see, you can also gift treasures, but this uses a currency called gold. I will cover currencies in just a second. But you can't gift treasures that you got yourself. So the ones that you obtain by completing quests, you can't gift those to your friends, only the ones that you actually buy with gold. Okay, let's see. Then there's this other tab right here, that's Mascot's Blessing, and this wasn't here when I started playing myself. I'm actually new to the game as well. I have logged in for 37 days, or that will be, let's see, that will be 38 days as of now. But some of them were just login days, like obtaining some of the rewards you get, like the sign-in events. I didn't actually play the game every day, so I'm pretty new to it as well, but I covered as much as I could and find out and figure out what everything about for this video. So in here, the Mascot's Blessing, this wasn't here when I first started playing, so I think this will be temporarily spread out throughout the years. It will appear and disappear. So this basically has 4, and in the future more, of course, different spring lanterns, which also are treasures with items in it. And for some reason you have like 4 different buttons that I think I'll do the same. This button does something else, I'm not really sure, but you can basically open, if you would have a spring lantern, click one of those 4 buttons and then you will get a treasure. So yeah, that's that. Then we have the chat. In the chat you can basically, chat, it speaks for itself, I guess. You have the world nearby. This is for when you are in the Fairyland Penglai. I will show you what that is all about. And then party, justice chamber, and room we will cover later. Private message is DMs between you and your friends or strangers. You can choose whoever you want to send a private message. And then the next thing is the profile. So this is basically all your stats combined. You have the stats here, hero stats that change every season. I will talk about seasons later. Your match history. So first this. Here you can find your login days, your total stats, how many quick matches have you played, how many showdown matches have you played. Here are some stats about the different game modes. You can select here which one people will see whenever they go to your, whenever they check your profile out. And you can also change the season. So This is all seasons combined. You can see I've only played like quick match 9 hours. I haven't really spent that much time. While I think by now, it's kind of crazy, but I think I spent like 15 hours going through the menus, figuring things out, looking at the different guides, everything like that. By the way, you might notice it already, but I've turned off the background music for the sake of this video. You can turn on your own background music or maybe not. It's up to you, but I've turned it off for now. Usually I do play with music. So the total collection points, this is you get collection points from unlocking outfits and skins, and then you can also get it from completing certain cosmetic sets, I think. So here you can find all sets, and then you can like claim this item, which apparently, you can read it. It increases the collection points because I, got one piece from this this set. And I'm not talking about the anime One Piece right now. I'm talking about this One Piece of the romantic mirror. All right, so here you have 2 different numbers, and you will see these more often. This one will show every time you start a match. It will show right below this thing right here, which show your hero's cultivation. I will talk about it later again. This one is like your general level. So it will basically be the level of your account. You can increase this by completing these quests, completing other kinds of quests. There are different ways of increasing this level, and this level actually, whenever you reach a certain amount of when you reach a certain level, you can unlock different stuff, game modes, and maybe some other stuff. I'm not really sure, but this one is the thing that will get noticed by other players the most, because it's bigger display than this little number right here. This is your hero badge points, and you can increase your hero badge points by completing all these achievements. You can go here to see the currently temporary achievements. These are achievements you can achieve by doing stuff from the current 4th anniversary event that's currently up. So by the time you're watching this video, these 4, for example, might not be there anymore. I'm not really sure, but I don't think so. Then after a certain amount of hero badge points, you can get certain rewards, and you can unlock different sections from the shop that I will show you later as well. You have these 2 different tabs: Moonbane Treasures, Sunwing Treasures. Moonbane and Sunwing are like little boss battles that occur sometimes after you completed a match. I'm not really sure how it works. As you can see, I've only slain 1 as of now, but you can get little rewards from completing or for slaying these 2 minigame bosses or whatever they are. So then here the avatar, these are also kind of achievements, I guess, or at least you can unlock them by opening treasures, completing events. Let's see. For example, this one, I had to complete certain quests, and then this Persona 5 collab was started right after I started playing this game. So I unlocked all those 5 avatars. I haven't played Persona myself yet, but I do like Joker and Arsene especially. He's a cool guy, so I like for now to just use this avatar. And then avatar frame, you have a regular one and the special one. The rest is empty. I'm not really sure why this whole screen exists, because basically this avatar frame does change, I think, depending on your level, because mine has changed already a couple of times. And then this one, I don't know, this is a special one. I think you could have unlocked it some time ago from an event or something. I'm not really sure. So the next thing are the buttons on the right. These are basically just shortcuts to things in Event Center, or shortcuts to in-game browser stuff. I will show you the in-game browser later when I will cover the Baizepedia, because I will talk about the 3 different guides this game has, like the 3 official ones. But I do want to tell something about the Journey's Dawn. And I think that this little red dot here, because as you might know already, this red dot is whenever there's something new for you to check out. This red dot appears in the corner of the button. So when I press this, as you can see, for me, the Journey's Dawn quest has a red dot. But when I go here, there isn't a red dot anywhere. So this is a bug that's currently up, and something that I found, and I don't know how long this has been in the game, but you can actually go, like, when you're a really new player, you have this, like, sign-in event, right? Journey something. You can actually access that screen by pressing here. You can see this weird thing. And as you can see, the red dot is here, so maybe that has to do with the red dot that appears whenever I sign in a new day. Like, what is this, actually? Event is over. I'm not supposed to see the screen, so that's a little bug. But make sure, all right, listen to me well. Make sure that you actually complete the matches, your daily matches, from the little road that appears in this corner of the screen, because you can get, if you complete 5 matches, you can get the first days when you play this, you can get hero coins, and you can unlock hero coins or heroes, which are quite a task if you don't do it this way, because I only did it 2 days and then got 200 hero coins. You can get hero coins another way, which I will show you later, but it will take more time than just completing those matches. So that's what I wanted to say about on that. So let's now go to the event center. In here you can find different stuff that's related to events. This first screen are just, well, it's a little news page. There's not much to say about this. You have the current 4th year tab that's currently running. This won't be there after it's over, which will be for me in a week or so. And then all of these are sub tabs inside the 4th year. For example, this is a sign-in event. Let me claim this. All right, Astral coins. I got some Astral coins, and then some other stuff. So I want to tell you this. Make sure you check these events out, because these events can have some really dope stuff, different cosmetics or different gifts, and just make sure that you check them out, because the quests that you need to do in order to receive these things are actually really easy. For example, look at this one, play 2 matches. That's all you need to do to get 50 of this little currency. And if you get enough of this, you can see here, if I get 150 more, I can unlock this new emote gesture, or gesture, however you pronounce it. So just make sure that you actually check all the events out that are currently up for you. I will cover the Lunar Pavilion later, as well as this Penglai guide. So these things are basically just premium stuff. You need to pay actual money in order to receive some perks. This one as well. Then here you can just bind your your account in the game to other accounts, Twitter, Discord, stuff like that, and then you will receive some items. The hero returns. This is a type of a shop. I don't really understand this myself. As you can see, I have 0 of this currency, but if you want to know what a currency exactly is, you can just hover on it, and then you will see information. This is just something that has to do with inviting your friends or something. As well as this also has to do with inviting friends, and then you can get rewards. We'll cover this later. Then the update notice, you can just see what the latest update is all about. And then this guarantee tab, this has to do with the treasures. After a certain amount of draws, a certain amount of pulls on these treasures that are specified here, you can actually get one of the extreme cosmetics of these treasures guaranteed after 500 draws. And then the same goes for these treasures and relatively their extreme cosmetics. So Now let's go on to the next thing, which are the currencies. So there are 3 main currencies. There are a lot of different currencies in the game, but these 3 are like the main currencies. So Day is your basic currency. You can unlock slots for presets. You can unlock slots for your glyphs. You can buy certain items from the shop. It's just very basic, and as you can read how you can obtain it yourself. The gold, this one is the premium currency, and there's something that I want to tell you about this. Spectral silk is just like this is a currency, but this is a little different. I think this is more related to all the outfits you can unlock, because, for example, like it says right there, you can obtain this by receiving duplicates. So, for example, if you open a treasure and you get a cosmetic that you already had, then it will be converted to Spectral Silk, but you can also get Spectral Silk from sign-in events and other events like that kind of stuff. Now, gold is the currency that you actually can get only by spending actual money on the game. And there is one other way that you can receive this, and that's through this thing right here. But I will talk about this later. By the way, I'm saying a lot. I will talk about this later and stuff, but I have timestamps provided in the description. So if you just want to go to that section of the video directly, you can just go down to the description, select the timestamp, and see what that's all about. So the gold has to do something with the battle pass. So if you want to skip the rest, or just click that timestamp. But first, I want to talk about these buttons in the corner. This will just change the music that is playing in your lobby. You can choose the ones that you like, and then you will see them here. And I think, I'm not sure about this, but I think, let's see, for example, let me see something real quick. So life will change, for example, right? This one right here. Oh no. You know what? Never mind. I'm sorry. Never mind. I thought I figured something out, but apparently I didn't. So this is another guide. I will tell you more about this later. Again, you can go to the timestamps and then go to guides, because there I will talk about the 3 different guides. This is mail. As you can see, I got a mail, and the devs are a little generous for... Oh, apparently this is just from when I connected my account to Discord. I just got it today, but I actually did it a couple of days ago, maybe weeks already. But sometimes the devs are being generous, and then you get like treasures and other stuff. So just check your mail whenever you've got a new mail. This is the Friends tab. You can open this by clicking here, or the plus button. It has to do with a party. But before we go to that, I want to show you the different settings. You can hold the start button on your controller to open this, and you can quit to the desktop and return to the login interface. And whenever you are in a match and you open this by, like I said, holding the start button, for example, then you can return to the lobby and you'll basically lose the match and stuff like that. So in here, you can look at the controls, you can remap it, and change language. And in here, you have like the settings that most games have. You can change graphics, audio. This is the same thing as if you press controls, controller, just your basic settings. But there is something that I want to talk about in the graphics section, the graphics tab, because you can optimize. You can let the game optimize it for you. But what it did for me, it actually put the game on the lowest graphics. And I don't exactly remember what it did here, but I'm not going to show you right now, because I'm not sure if I will remember what my own settings were. As you can see, I have quality on, I have highest on, and like I said, I have an RTX 3050 laptop. And the game, like the normal survival modes, quick match, runs around 55 to 70 frames per second most of the time, but it reached 100 it happened before that it reached 100 frames per second, which is really nice, especially because I have it on the highest settings. This is also unlimited for me, but for you it will be set to 60 default by default. I think this is just if you want to save your battery or stuff like that. And by the way, I have put my laptop currently in like silent performance mode, so that you won't hear the fans. Unlike when I just have it on auto mode, or even worse, if I have it on performance mode, which of course will increase the performance, but will have louder fan noise. Or yeah, it will weigh more on your device. So now for the friends, this is the friends tab. You can find your contacts here. If you press the plus button, it will go to this tab right here. These are basically people. I think maybe they are searching a party right now. I'm not really sure. You can refresh this and it will show you different players. The contacts, these are your friends. You can request or invite them to your party, something like that. Or you can't. And then you can also greet or receive greetings from them. Sadly enough, nobody greeted me, but of course it doesn't matter because the day just started, the server just resets. I think it has to do with that. You see, this just changed to seeking party because maybe he opened up this screen. I'm not really sure why it says it, but we can press this button and then I will greet, and the intimacy between me and that friend will go up. This one, let's just do the top 5, and then I can receive this as well. And by receiving like this greeting, I get a little bit of tail, which is, like I said, the base currency. You can see the recent players you play with. This again has to do with the Penglai or the Fairyland Penglai. And then requests are your regular friend requests whenever you get one. There are some options. You can private message people, check their profile out. No, it will just look like your own. But then he chose to show ranked mode, for example. But I can also look at his quick match stats and then his different season results. And then I actually don't really know myself what exactly this is, but I think it has to do with a ranked mode. I will talk about it later. So now the Battle Pass. And the first thing I want to talk about here are like the different seasons. So if you open the Battle Pass screen, I think this is the first thing that you'll see. This is just to subscribe to the advanced plan. So what is the advanced plan exactly? You have the regular plan and then the advanced plan. So the regular plan is a road that you can get really lame items on. The advanced plan, of course, has all the good stuff. But of course, they ask you to premium currency for this. But there's something, like I said, there's something that I read about, because I heard that you can actually spend actual money on gold once, and then you can get it back if you play Naraka a lot. You can get it back by obtaining gold from the advanced road. As you can see, you can obtain gold from here as well, but I think this is like the only place outside of using your actual wallet where you can get gold. And then, this button is just to claim all rewards whenever you unlock it. As you can see, this is like the icon for the season XP or whatever you want to call it. That will be used to unlock all these things. You can see there are like 2 different types of this hidden treasure plan. I think this is the regular one, and then this one comes with some more cosmetics or something. I'm not really sure, or just items in general. I don't really know why you would do this. Why you would buy that one. All right, then next up we have quests. So you have your daily quests here. Again, I already showed this. And then here are all the quests that are up in the season. So this will unlock as time passes. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Apparently we're all already in week 4 of the season. And then you have like the quests that will be up during this whole season. And then this thing, I'm not really sure what exactly this is, but challenge quest, apparently. And then the rewards. This has to do with ranked mode. I will talk about this again later. Before we go there, I want to show you the inventory. Here you can just find an item. And whenever you see a red dot here, you can just open the screen and then close it, and then the dot will disappear. You don't actually have to press all the red button, all the like buttons with the red dot in the corner. You can just open your inventory and it will go away if you close it. So here you can see all the items you received. Basically everything is piled up here under this alt tab, but you can see your gifts, like the chests, and then some other stuff. Apparently this thing right here, as you can see, it allows you to change your username once every 7 days. So be aware. I actually never changed my name before, and I'm not sure how many of these things you can get for free or by mail. I'm really not sure. So be careful with this. Don't just go around and change your username like every 7 days, because then you'll run out of this. And like I said, I'm not really sure if this is something free or whatever. Here, these are items related to Showdown. This is main game mode. Like I said, I will talk about it later. And then other stuff, this little clock means it's temporary. It's connected to an event that's currently up. And whenever the event is over, this will probably just go out of your inventory, or occasionally, I'm not sure if that happens, change into something else, like day, for example. As you can see, I got a red dot, and that's because this guy greeted me back. So as you can see, let's click it, and I got 75 day. Not really much, but that's what you get for greeting people. So that's it for the inventory. I'm not really sure what those two tabs are. There's one thing else. As you can see, by the way, I don't have a button to open this fishing treasure, and that's because the fishing treasure actually isn't available yet. Fishing is the name of the current season 17, by the way. But if you have a treasure, you can also open it through this menu. Like, these are also shortcuts, sort of. You can select it and then it will say this, but if you select this one, for example, and you press use, it works like a shortcut to the event it is for. I won't talk about these, of course, because by the time you will watch this video, like I said, those won't be there. The events change from time to time. But if you want to know what an event is all about, you can just read the event rules by hovering over this little I button, or the I icon, I mean. Alright, so let's now talk about the rank tab. I won't show you the collection or Hall of Fame, because that will show you the region that I put myself into, because that will show you where I'm from, and I would rather prevent that for privacy purposes. But in the leaderboard, you can basically, look at the different leaders, and well, it's just your leaderboard, I guess. You have one for the Justice Chambers, the Hall of Fame, like I said, I won't show you that one. And then the champions are like the champions of the big Naraka tournaments or something. I'm not really sure. These are the winners anyway. Very cool, very cool. And then the next thing is the preparation tab. The preparation tab is exclusive to the Herald trial main game mode. This one also has a preparation, and this also, but they are different. So this one here shows you a basic skill tree, and that's really all there is to it. You can select your plan. You have a maximum of 18 glyph points that you can spend on these different plans. You can switch to different heroes, and it will actually use your general skill tree, but you can also use stay to unlock, as you can see right here, to unlock plans for your characters. And then you can also, well, this is for later as well. So now, next up are the chambers. I don't really understand this myself yet, but it's basically just like in other games you have like clans or whatever. That's just the same thing, but then for this game, you have a Justice Store. This works the same as the Hero Badge Store, which I talked about earlier. And what I basically mean by that is that, not everything is unlocked from the beginning. So you can't buy these things. Even though I have enough of this Justice coin currency, I can't buy these things because my Justice Chamber hasn't reached level 5 yet. And that's really all there is to the Justice Store. Treasure Hunt, like I said, I don't really know what this is all about. I guess you can get Justice coins and then some other rewards from this. I'm not really sure. Celebration, again, I'm not really sure what this is. But this also isn't for beginners, I guess. I'm not really sure. Let's now go to rooms. And rooms are basically similar to parties, but then I think it functions a little different. You can refresh the rooms, or wait 1 second before refreshing. Yeah, as you can see, I guess it doesn't change the rooms. Maybe there aren't any other rooms left. I'm not really sure. But whenever you are in a room, I think I read somewhere that you can do free training with your roommates, while you can't do that with the party, I think. Creating a room does require the upgraded edition of the game, which, by the way, let me show you real quick. You can upgrade the edition of the game and you will have some perks, a little, reward, I guess. But this uses the premium currency. So it's up to you whether or not you want to upgrade your game, the edition of this game. Next up, we have heroes. So what are the heroes all about? And are there heroes better than others? Well, let me tell you, no hero is actually really better than another. The developers push like balance updates as well. So, heroes change from time to time. But the big differences between them, or basically the only difference between them, are like their skills and ultimates. And another difference is whether or not you're playing solo or trios. The game modes you can play either solo or trios, not all of them, but like the main ones. And some of them are just better in trios, while others are better in solos. For example, this girl, she is, I think, more for solo because she's really defensive and that's it. While this guy, he has this, which, is very good when you're playing trios. So the skills and ultimates, that's basically the only difference there is to these heroes. The rest, they all function the same. Their movement, the way they behave, it's all the same. I mean, of course, they have different appearances and they are really customizable, which I will show you in a second. But first, the skills, and most of the heroes have like 2 different skills and 2 different ultimates you can choose. Some of them already have 3. These also come with updates, new skills or changes to the skills. You can see what they are all about and then change to which one you like. The difficulty, this is just a little indicator how difficult it is to play with these characters, but I would recommend to not really look at this because, as you can see, this one is the difficulty of 3. Vipening, your main hero girl. She is difficulty level 2, but most people say this girl Sai, she is easy to use for beginners. I'm not really sure if that's the case, but I really like her, not only her appearance, I do actually also really like her skill and ultimate, And then this graph here, as you can see, this is who your character is. So is it a support character, a survival character? Does he or she have good control, mobility, or damage? So survival basically is if the character has a lot of survival potential. This one, for example, she can pull up a shield. I really like her as well. Very cool skills and ultimates. I think I would actually say that this character might be the best one for beginners because it has such a great survival advantage over the other characters. You know, so others have survival as well, but this one has like really cool. She has really cool skills and ultimates for that. While Sai, on the other hand, she is really all about damage. She can escape with this skill right here, but it's up to you. Whoever you like to play with, just go for them and see what they're all about and if you like them or not. So, by the way, as you can see, this hairstyle, it's a new hairstyle. It's called hairstyle number 17. I really like it. I have it on her, on Tessa. I have it on this girl here, and also on this girl. I don't know. I think it's a really cute hairstyle. So anyway, let's go to the collection menu. So this first screen, this is the closet tab. These are basically all shortcuts for these other different tabs. You can have different sets for each of them for all of your heroes, and you can unlock the other slots by using they. Again, this button right here is the weapon that's being displayed in your lobby, so the ones that your party members will see, but it's also the weapon that you'll be with when you enter the Fairyland Penglai. Again, I will talk about it later. And then these are all just shortcuts to these different tabs. You can preview this, the thing that pops up before your match starts, just to see how it looks. Then the first tab are the outfits. So the outfits are unique to each character. You know, there are different ways of unlocking them, but there is something that I want to tell you. And that is that some of them, as you can see, are unlockable by using gold. You know, let me search this one, for example. You can see it costs 1800 gold. But in the event that's currently up, and that's why events are so important, let me show you this event here, and then this one. As you can see, I obtained this by signing in today. And this is another currency. It's called Void Coins, and this is only for this event. So whenever this event ends, for me in just a week, I will lose this and this whole event won't be there. But in this event, you can spend it on these items that you can refresh, and then new items will pop up. Let me see if I can get a yellow one, a legendary one. Wait, what is this? Let me see. All right, so I didn't actually get a yellow one, but yellow is legendary. You actually can unlock that skin that I just showed you, that outfit that usually costs 1800 gold. You can get it in here as well for 1800 of this currency. So make sure to really check the events out. And then some of the outfits you can't even get by using gold. You actually can only unlock them by playing events. Where is it? For example, where is it? Where is it? This one. Oh no, this one. Wait, it disappeared. Where is it? No, I mean this one. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That took a long time to find. So this one, as you can see, you can only unlock it by the Trial by Flame event. And this one, I really like the outfit, but sadly it ended right before I started playing. But I think reruns will happen in the future, so don't worry. I think this one will get a rerun as well. And then I guess you can get this outfit either way. So this word, I don't really know how to pronounce it. Accessories or accessoires. I'm really sure. Whatever. In here you can just, give your character different cosmetics. As you can see, by the way, she still has this outfit on because I pressed it, and you can also try these outfits out. I will show you that later as well in free training. I will show you how you can do that. But these are just like other, cosmetic. Hey, yo. You can just, use them if you'd like. And these accessories, or whatever it's called, some of them are actually like general accessories. So they overlap with other heroes. There are multiple heroes who can use the same, whatever you pronounce this. Then the next thing is the face. There are some pre-made faces. I guess this is what she used to look, or I mean, this is maybe what she used to look like earlier in the game lifespan. I'm not really sure why these are here, but this is the default face. And then you can make your own face. I made this one. This basically changes their eye color. I just like this eye color more. That's just my preference. Don't get mad at me. And you can then, the ones that you made, or, you can edit them or make a whole new one. This is her default face, and there are really a lot of options. You can change your whole face. You can change the skin tone. You can do everything. You can press random, and that will, I don't know why it didn't do anything actually, because it actually normally works. For some reason, it doesn't want to work right now. Maybe because I'm actually making this video. Let me check real quick if I'm still recording. All right, that is fine. I just really don't know why it's not working. Maybe let's test it out right here. Maybe if I do it here. Yeah, all right. So as you can see, her whole face changed, just like that. It's a completely different girl right now. It's not this high, I know, anymore. Like, what is this? No, you can just press random. It will change everything about this whole character. Let's actually discard this real fast. So we have the old Zyback. Then in the hairstyles, again, there are some hairstyles that multiple heroes can have. Like these ones, the basic hairstyles. Like I said, I really like this number 17. But this one, for example, this one you could only unlock by using gold, but I actually got this one from the event that was running. And then I unlocked this hairstyle. So let me show you what the presets are all about. Again, you can unlock more slots by using day or gold, but you can also unlock it by the free currency, the in-game free currency. You have your regular preset, for this one it's just dark brown, and then each character has their own slots of presets. So whoa, I don't know why I can't talk anymore. I have spoken for too long, 50 minutes already. All right. Anyway, this here is like Zai's preset that I made. You can edit it, and I could give her pink hair for this hairstyle, but I just chose her regular hair color. In order to do that, you can go here, press plus, copy these values, and paste it in the other hairstyle preset. And then this one, Sierra, I gave her own hair color. She has her own presets. So that's how that works. And then after that, you have these two tabs, melee and ranged. So you can actually choose to have every hero use the same weapon skin. You can do that if you go to the weapons tab, which I'll cover in just a second. But you can also have each hero use their own skin. So I could have her use this skin, while another hero, I could use another hero use a different skin for the greatsword. And the same for ranged. And then in the card tab, you can select your background, the pose of your character. Again, a lot of those overlap with the other heroes. For example, this one, I think like every hero can use this one. And then what is that? I don't really like this one. Let's just use the default one. And then just your base, there are some exclusive ones, and then there are some that every hero can have, like this one here. Then the emotes or emotes. Again, same story. There are some exclusives to the heroes. Emotes, you can have 3 of these circles, and you also can open all 3 of them in a match. But there's more. You can even put more. You can press one of them, and then you can select which ones will rotate. So you can make up a pool here, and then it will randomly choose one when you enter a match. It will randomly choose which one will go here. As you can see, it says that right there. Oops. Let me go back. Well, actually, there wasn't really a reason. That's all there is to it. Communicate, you can, I guess, these are like her voice lines. As you can hear, I've put my language on Chinese. I just like it more. And it also doesn't matter because let's say I would, or my teammate would say retreat, and I would have no idea what that is in Chinese or in Mandarin. There is a little like text in the match chat box thing, which will show you that your teammate wants to retreat. So you can just safely put their voice on a different language. Then there are like different voice packs, 2 Chinese voice packs and a Japanese one. You can unlock this by using premium currency and maybe occasionally also through events. I'm not really sure. Talents, these are also some other, customizations, not really interesting. And then this one is for when you are getting killed. You can just, for each hero, again, you can have their own mark of victory, but there is another tab which I will show you right away. That is right here. I think it will be, no, it's not this one here actually. Let me see. I actually forgot where it was. Anyway, in the other cosmetics, there are other customizable things like your kill announcement right here, your stashes. I really prefer this one over the default one. I mean, these aren't that bad, to be honest, but these ones are just prettier, and then the rest are just, other skins for the stashes. The rescue one, the effect when you rescue your teammate, and then misc or miscellaneous, however you pronounce that. I have no idea. This is for your chat box, your message, and then this is when you put a moonbane somewhere on the map. You can choose how that will look. Alright, so that's it for the heroes main tab. The next one is, or will be, weapons. So in the weapons screen, there also are different things that you will see. And I don't really know why they first show the ranged weapons and then the melee, because Naraka is all about melee, unlike basically every other Battle Royale game or Battle Royale game. Or is it Battle Royale? I don't really know. Anyway, what you can see here, or no, wait, first the differences. By the way, I have a list that I follow with everything that I need to cover. So sometimes I forgot something and then I have to go back to that because I forgot to tell about it. So the difference between the weapons, there's something that I want to tell you about that. Again, no weapon is really better than the other, I think, but gameplay wise, some do have heavier and more special attacks than others. For example, the longsword is a really basic weapon and you can't really do much with it. It's not really flexible. While the staff, this one is a really fun weapon. It extends your mobility. It has a golden focused attack, which is something that you can learn about through a guide, which I will show you later, while the longsword doesn't have it. And there is something else that I want you to know, and that's that, as you can see, these two are long-handed weapons. These two are heavy swords. And most of the time, the same, or like the different weapons under the same category kind of are the same. They are different, but they function pretty much the same, I guess. Like the Great Sword and the Pole Sword, they have the same things, but then this one has another function, which the Great Sword doesn't have. And then, of course, they're like the blue focused attacks, they're like weapon skills or their special attacks. They are different, of course. So they are different, but they kind of feel the same. And I think that that's also, of course, the reason why they have the categories in the first place. No ranged. Here, there are also some of them that function a little bit the same, but I don't know, they just didn't categorize it. So, yeah, the difference between melee and ranged, I guess you already know that. And if you don't, like I said, this isn't really about it. I'm not really going to talk about the gameplay, but yeah, there are differences. Anyway, the first thing that I want to talk about on this screen, besides the left part, is the level. And each weapon, as you can see, has its own level. So you can increase the level as you can read by using it. And dealing damage and defeating increases the leveling up speed. So if you actually use it, if you use it to destroy enemies and stuff like that, you will gain more XP than if you just have it in your bag. But if you do have it in your bag, you can still upgrade the level, and you can unlock rewards by doing this. At the end, at the highest level, you can get a really cool avatar for your weapon. So you can really show off, for example, your favorite hero here, and then you can have your avatar of your favorite weapon. So it's a really nice thing that they added. Then the collection, this functions the same as weapon skins, but in here you can use a skin for all your heroes to have equipped. Not really much to talk about there. Then here you will just see the stats, how the total damage you've dealt. As you can see, I've done way more damage with the longsword compared to the flying or fist blades. Note this one is the most. I think I indeed did play the most with greatsword. I also really like those two, but greatsword is actually really great for beginners because it has this weapon skill called stone form. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but it's just something that I want you to know as a beginner. This one, basically, whenever you clash with an opponent, you will get into this form, and then you can basically charge like your vertical special attack, or maybe just any special attack, and it will do a really cool attack thing. So basically, with this weapon in your hand, you are safe for getting attacked by normal attacks when you are charging your blue attack. So that's why I think this is useful for beginners. I'm sorry if it sometimes drops the frames. Again, that I think that has to do with the fact that I'm in silence mode instead of just auto mode for the sounds of the fan. Let me see. So in here, like I just showed you, you can see the different weapon skills, which are basically shows you the two base blue attacks and then some other like combos or the things that you can do with your weapon. But this doesn't show you everything. It doesn't show all the combos. For example, this staff right here. There is more to this weapon than this. It has a certain golden focus strike that it doesn't show here. But if you want to know more about that, you can go and read about it in one of the guides. Again, I will talk about those later. Let's see. That will be it for the weapons tab. So now let's go to the shop. Now that I've shown you all the, the heroes, outfits, weapons, you can buy some of them through the shop. So these first tabs right here, most of the things here use like the gold currency. So there's not really much to say. Then this here are like extreme hairstyles. I think this is also pretty premium. As you can see, I don't have any of these currencies. And then there are like this tab, this is a little bit different because this shows like the new stuff, or at least things that are things that are currently in the shop, and I think these will disappear after some time, or maybe it won't actually. I'm not really sure. Anyways, you can go some time back and then just see what it's all about. The item tab, here you can buy items like, the hero coins. As you can see, the hero coins, for example, does have a limit. So you can only buy 35 hero coins every, like, I don't know how many days is, but this amount of hours. You can only buy 35 every 168 hours. And then, for example, here you have a purchase limit, so you can only buy 5 of those. And then Spectral Silk, let's go to this tab. This is just everything you can buy with Spectral Silk. There are some options, you can choose the rarity, you can choose what type of cosmetic you want. And then Hero Badge, this functions the same as like the Justice Store. For example, this, or this, I haven't unlocked those yet. I can't buy these because I haven't reached this amount of badge points. Then gifts, this is another currency. You can see how you can get it right here. I think other players gift it to you or something like that. And then you can redeem it. This is just everything, that's really it. Here are, again, we already covered those 2 things. So that will be it. Oh no, that actually won't be it, because now it's, excuse me. Now it's a good time to go to the Lunar Pavilion. This is yet another type of shop, and this uses jade discs, which is yet another currency. And you can get jade discs by, for example, completing certain quests through events and things like that. And I don't want you to be confused by this little thing right here, because I actually did get confused. Because it says like this amount of the 720 coins. So I thought that it had a limit. It actually didn't, because it just showed this because I am currently on this item. So as you can see, I have this item selected, so it says 720. When I press this button, it shows this amount out of 400. And for the rest, it does the same thing. And what I want to tell you is that if there's really nothing that you really like of these items, you can just wait for a non-exclusive one. For example, this thing right here, because I think that this will disappear after 41 days. I don't know if these items come back, but just save your jade discs, and then whenever one of those temporary things appear here, just buy them if you like them at least. And yeah, that's it. So that will be it for all the shops. Then next up, I want to talk about all the different game modes. So this game basically consists out of 3 main game modes, and then each mode has, or not each of them, but this one, for example, has sub modes. For example, this one has 4 different modes, and then each of those 4 different modes also have different modes. So for example, here in the Herald's Trial, you have the survival modes, and then you have those 4 different modes. So for survival, you have these three options. You can either play them solo, you can play duos or trios. Not all game modes have these three options, and like I said, of course they function differently, and then some heroes are better for trios while others are better for solo. And there is something that I want you to know, and that is that if you, for example, have this set on solo and confirm, if you go to a different main game mode, Rift Traversal, for example, which only uses trios, this game mode doesn't come in solo, then if you go back again to this one, this will also be changed to trios. So this is like a separate setting, which will change separately from the game mode that you actually selected. Then another option that you have is if you go duos or trios, now you have this little option right here, which is fill party. And there is something that I want to talk about, and that is the bots in this game. Because as you can see, you have a bot mode, which will just fill your whole match with bots. And you can also select the difficulty. Apparently, I never played this. But the quick matches also usually are filled up with bots. There are just a few real actual players. But if you play trios and you select fill party, then your party will actually consist out of real players. And then the rest could be only bots. Sometimes, I think most of the times there's at least one other team that also consists of actual players. And then from what I've read, as you can see, I can't play ranked mode yet. Ranked mode does actually consist of real plays only, but I'm not really sure. So this is actually also the next thing that I want to talk about. You do need to be level 50 or higher in order to play this, or you can upgrade the edition of your game, which again will cost actual money. And then this also gives you certain rewards from getting to certain, how do you call that? Reaching a certain amount of points every season. So for example, here it's season 17 right now, and then you can get these rewards when you get to these points. And it will reset every season. So the next season, you will have to start over again from the beginning. And also, as you can see, this one lasts 70 days, and then another season will start. And I think the seasons will be a total length of 90 days. I'm not really sure, but I think that's the case. All right. And then you also have Immortal War as a game mode. Again, you can only play this after you reach the platinum rank, which is, I think, one of the highest ranks in ranked mode. I don't think it's the highest, but I haven't unlocked this yet. And then in here, you can also unlock certain items after you get to certain levels. I don't really know what that is all about, but that's also not really for beginners. So it's not really that important. So for the second tab, these are the casual modes. I never played Blessed Brutality myself, but this is fixed duos, so you can play this one in solo or trio. Bloodbath, this again, I think this is solo only, and this is basically, well, actually, I'm not going to tell you. You can just read this yourself. By pressing this I button, you can see what it's all about. Bloodsport, for some reason, is not available. And then I do want to talk about the current rotation. So the left button does have a rotation. Every 3 hours, it will rotate to a different mode. As of now, I don't know if there has ever been other modes before. You just have Capture the Spirit Well and then Shadow Search. As you can see, this one also is Capture the Spirit Well, but it's just a different map, but it's essentially the same game mode. Then you have Training, And if you are new to the game, just make sure that first you play this advanced tutorial, because this will show you the very, very basics of the game. And after that, go to specialized practice right here. You can, follow these little tutorials and then do it yourself. Things like countering, using the blue focused attacks and things like that. And then free training. At the end of this video, I will go here and show you some stuff. No, this is just free training. I will show you how this works and what you can do there. And then leisure, this is basically just like mini games. I've never played one done before. I'm not really sure what it is about, but I think you can get like little rewards and stuff like that. All right, so next up, let's go to Showdown. So the Herald's trial is basically player versus player. Rift Reversal is extraction mode. I don't really know what that means, but Rift Reversal actually is a new game mode. It's just introduced during the time that I played. Just in these last 38 days, a whole new main game mode was introduced to the game as of season 17. I guess it will stay in the game forever, or until the devs decide to, get rid of it. But there is something, when we get to that part of the video, I will tell you more about Rift Reversal. But before we do that, let's go to Showdown. Showdown is your player versus enemy mode, your main player versus enemy mode. You can do this in either solos or trios. And like I said, as you can see, it's set to trios because last time I put it on trios. So here it will also be trios, but I don't want it. So let me just put it on solo real quick. Showdown also has its own seasons, right? Rift Reversal as well. And these are seasons that are different from the main season, right? Season 17 Vision, that's different from season 3.0 Windstorm. This is a Showdown season. And Showdown seasons, I'm not really sure what happens whenever this ends, but one thing I do know is that your Showdown level gets back to 0 and you basically have to restart. I'm not sure if all of these chapters will also reset. I don't know. So talking about these chapters, there are lots of different stages and different showdown modes. They all pretty much function the exact same, but it's just a little different. You have your main ones, the Moor Island or Morris Isle and Holoroth. So as you can see, this is chapter 1 to 6. And then you have chapter 7 here, and then the different difficulties. You have a free training shortcut. This is just a shortcut to free training. And then you have different alternative modes or something. For example, in the Rarity Ruins. This is just, a variation of the main showdown mode. And this will also have its own quests. And with those quests do come different rewards as well. By the way, I forgot to show you something, because this showdown, or actually no, never mind, that will come in just a second. First, I want to talk about fatigue. Fatigue is another, it's not really a currency, but another something. You can check it on or off. And as you can see, after unchecking this checkbox, you will not accumulate fatigue, nor will you receive drops. So drops are Souljades, and Souljades you can use to buff your heroes inside Showdown only. So, a lot of the rewards you get in this game mode will just be for this game mode only. You can get a lot of rewards for example, unlocking items. That's really the stuff you can get in the Herald's trial, your main player versus player game mode. But I would just leave it on. So why does it even exist, you would ask? Well, let me tell you. Every week, the fatigue will reset, and the higher or the more fatigue you have accumulated, or just in normal words used. So the more fatigue you have used, the less rewards you will get. So yeah, that's just, I don't know, a system that they have put in the showdown mode, but it is what it is, I guess. Then you have the quests that are just for showdown only. You have like your main quests, I think these are just one in a lifetime quests. You have your weekly quests, season challenges, and then this is event quest. This only lasts 5 days, and I actually didn't know Showdown also has events until a couple of days ago when I saw this. This is just, like I just said, an event, and it has its own quests and rewards. But it's nothing too special, because these things, like I said, this is just for Showdown only, for upgrading it, receiving new Souljades. I will tell you what Souljades are later. And then the Showdown Pass. So you can get here by pressing this button and then go to Showdown Pass. This is yet another battle pass, which also featured advanced like route, or an advanced what do you call it? An advanced plan. I forgot the word for it. Whatever. But I really don't know why you would ever like subscribe to this plan, because it does cost this premium currency and you don't really get that cool stuff here. I guess you get some weapon skins, but that's pretty much about it. The rest you can get just by playing the game. Not really sure why you would ever subscribe to that, but maybe that's just me. Then you have the preparation tab, and it's different from the Herald's trial, like I said. But this is also basically the tab that is different. You can see you get something completely different. And you also can see the heroes, but you can't see all of them. And that's because not all of them has been introduced or have been introduced to this mode yet. But I think that they will add more heroes in future updates. I think I saw something that I announced it for, I don't know, the coming months or something, that they will add some heroes to this. And heroes do function differently from the normal game mode. I think I read somewhere that they have different skills or something. And then I think the biggest difference is that they have a set weapon. In Showdown, you can open a stash and then get weapons from it. No, your character will have 2 set weapons. I think all of them have a melee and a ranged weapon. Yeah, seems like it. And then this also has its own leveling system. So, by now it feels like I've already introduced you to like 20 different level systems. There are really a lot, because this also, by the way, has a level system. They just like to spam you with a lot of numbers, and I don't know. It can be really overwhelming, and that's also the reason why I'm making this video in the first place, because it actually really is overwhelming. So the player level, or the hero level, is there for your heroes to unlock different skills or just increase their stats. That's really all there is to it. You can upgrade them by playing showdown stages, or by using this item right here. You can consume it and it will increase your level of your hero. Here again you can change some skins. Let's see. What's next? I wrote something down about the 3 shortcuts, and now I don't know what I referred to. So because I don't see it, I'm not sure if it matters all that much. So then I guess I have to talk about Souljades right now. And Souljades, basically, let's go to this screen right here, this menu. Souljades are like your buffs to your player, to your hero, excuse me. I think they are pretty similar to the ones you can find in stashes in the Herald's Trial, or maybe this has some exclusives one, I'm not sure. But basically you can just, equip 6 of them and then have your heroes have some buffs. That's pretty much all there is to it. You can have 3 plans again for your Souljades that your hero will equip. You can, by the way, see your character stats here. You can see what people recommend, I guess, players' favorites, and then just what the game recommends. Again, not really very interesting. Auto allocate, I have no idea what this does, because when I press it, it really doesn't do anything. And then, well, let me see. Yeah, right here. So you can deconstruct or convert your Souljades, and I guess that this will convert it to Souljade fragments, which you then can choose for, I think, upgrading it. I will show you in just a second, or enhancing it. Something like that. I don't really know much about this. The Souljade conversion, you have basic, advanced. This also isn't for beginners, I guess. You can just select a bunch of these ones, and then I guess you can re-roll on the Souljade you get. The blue ones really are kind of useless, so I don't know why not just convert all of them, or you actually can deconstruct them. Well, that's a shame. Yeah. Anyway, in here, as you can see, when you press a Souljade, you have some options. Lock, I'm not really sure what this does. Maybe this will make it so that you can't deconstruct them or whatever. I'm not really sure. You can deconstruct it here, just a shortcut, and equip or enhance, and then enhancing it will, just enhance the Souljade, and it uses like these materials. This you can get by quests and stuff like that. This one, like I just showed you, you can get by deconstructing the Souljades. Yeah, that's all there is to Souljades, I guess, that I really need to show you. Then the second tab here, or like the sub tab, potential. This features a different skill tree from the one found in Herald's Trial. It also has different potential points. I think this one has some more than, I guess this one has 40. So while the Herald's Trial has just 18 points, you can use this one, uses 40. You have different plans. It's really similar to the one found in the Herald's Trial, but it's just different buffs. And then finally, you also have a store here. I don't really have much of this currency, and for some reason, when you hover over this one, it doesn't show you what it exactly is, but you can just get different items. Also, most of the items have this little preview icon. You just can preview it, see what it's all about. And that's really all there is to the Showdown Store. Then next up we have the third main game mode, which is the Rift Traversal. And I don't really understand what this is all about. I did watch a certain guide video on this, and I will show you where I found that video later when I will talk about the guides. Again, this is introduced as of season 17, and from what I've read and heard, hardly anybody really likes it. And the reason of this is because this game mode only has trios. And in this game, you don't really work together. So it's more like a solo game mode, but then you are in trios. So whenever you find loot somewhere, your teammates can actually come to you and then steal the loot that you found. So that's why people don't really like it. But I guess it is kind of different from the other two because it's not really about survival. But yeah, again, I won't talk about gameplay too much. Let me just show you all the menus that this game mode has. So Again, let me check if I'm still recording. All right, that's fine. There is one thing that I did notice, and that is that for this like event, especially, and also for like the I don't know, one of the other events, this event right here, you know, this 4th year anniversary event. I think that when you play Rift Traversal, you actually get more of refreshes and more of these like event exclusive currencies. So as of now, I guess Rift Traversal does have some advantages over the other two, but on long term, I don't know if it actually will. But it's up to you. You know, if you do like this extraction mode, then I guess this mode is for you. So as far as I know, this mode is a mode where your bag, so you know how you have your bag in the survival mode, your bag, so to say, is universal between all your matches. So the items that you get can get transferred to the next match, and if you lose a match, you will lose it forever, and you will have to purchase it again via the camp, which I will show you in just a second, and the market, which I don't fully understand yet. So the first thing that I want to talk about that's visible on your screen is this Void currency that suddenly popped up. Void coin is basically a currency that you can really only use for stuff that has to do with the matches. You know, like I said, you have a bag that's basically universal, so you can use these coins to buy weapons, armor, and all that kind of stuff. So it really is quite different from the other matches, and yeah, it's just what you prefer, I guess. As you can see, it says 2 something K. This is actually like 2 million Void coins. It's not 2. Yeah, as you can see it right there. I have like 2 million Void coins. The next thing that I want to talk about is like this Rift Traversal tutorial. It will just show you a little bit of the basics in match. So it won't show you what I will tell you all about here in this video, but it will show you like what the matches are like. And then you have like this button right here, which will basically show you the 3 different difficulties, which you can choose depending on your preparation score, which then again depends on the items you have in your bag or storeroom or whatever it's called. This one is really confusing, right? And really overwhelming. I mean, even I don't really know what it is all about. So again, this features yet another season. As you can see, it says season 0. This is maybe because, like I said, it's really new and it's more of a beta type thing. I don't really know. But very similar to the seasonal ranked mode rewards, this does also have seasonal rewards. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So this button right here, you know, it's very similar. When you reach a certain amount of points, you can get these rewards. And then I guess these will also change whenever the season ends. I'm not sure how long the season will last. I don't think it says it anywhere. Maybe I missed it in the introduction video, but yeah. So the first button that I will talk about is this loadout button, and this loadout button won't actually immediately start a match, but it will rather bring you to this prepare tab underneath the supplies tab. So it's basically a little shortcut. And when you press OK, that's when you will get to the actual match and you will start a game. And if you go back to the lobby, or maybe if you press OK, then you will still have 2 buttons, one for prepare and one for start. I actually forgot, to be honest. I don't really remember. So before I'm going to talk about this right here, you know, the prepare tab, I want to talk about the camp. And in the camp, you will see these 3 people. And from these 3 people, you can basically buy the items for your matches. Like I said, the items are universal, so you can transfer it from match to match. And then if you lose them, you will lose them forever. And then each of these characters will have contracts. And contracts are basically the quests of the Rift Traversal main game mode. So you can accept them, and then whenever you will see this accept button, just press it, because I think you can have an unlimited amount of quests that you accept. And then these things will just give you this prestige EXP. It will give you void coins and then some other items depending on the quest. Yeah, so all 3 of these have different quests for you in order to complete. You can also see the one that you already completed. So the blacksmith, that's the first guy that you can find here. He will just sell weapons and armor to you. And not all of them are unlocked immediately, because for that you need to upgrade this whole section of the camp. And that way you can buy more stuff. As you can see, this button right here, craft upgrade, you need these things. I don't really know how all of this works, but it says here that you need a certain prestige level, and once you reached it, then you can use void coins to provide these items, and that way you can provide these. That way you can unlock the other items in here. I know, I'm sorry if it sounds really confusing, because to be honest, it really is confusing. But I hope to make it easier for you to understand. This guy, by the way, also can refurbish your equipment. So if you've played a match, the toughness of your weapon will go down, and you can refurbish it. So the toughness will go back to what it was before. Then the next character is this girl right here, this woman, and she's pretty much the only good thing about this whole Rift Traversal mode, if you get what I mean. So she also has contracts, and she has different stuff that she rewards you with, because this is more this is like similar to what she sells you. And what she sells are these rubrics, and these are essentially buffs to your weapons, and you can just buy them, and then they will be equipped automatically. No, you have to etch them. So etching them goes through this menu. You have this weapon selected, and then you can select one of these things, and you can etch it. And I think that I can't etch this one because it's like the first default rarity. I guess that the higher rarity your weapon goes, the more special rubrics you can etch to them. Again, I'm not really sure. And lastly, you have the Rift Dealer. The Rift Dealer sells you items like the healing items. Let me just show you right here. It just shows you like the things that you can also find in the survival modes, healing, the repair kits, hooks, and it also doesn't really cost that much. But another thing that he can do is expand your storeroom. That is through this menu. The storeroom is basically your main. It's like your main. The main room where you can get all your items in. So I just noticed this right here. I actually noticed this before. So this is very handy to buy and use. I don't know why it actually no, I'm talking about this one right here. These cases are your bags in your game. So the higher rarity your case, the more capacity it will have, the more and the higher score you can get in a match. That's basically this guy, the Rift Dealer. Then next up, I'm going to show you the Collection Codex. It's a sub-tab of the Camp tab. And this is basically, it's just a list of items and where you can find them for, I guess, seasonal rewards. Seasonal progress. You can get some of these points, and then, you can unlock these cool cosmetics or items. I guess that's basically really all there is to the Collection Codex. So next up, we have the Storeroom. And this is, again, really confusing if you see this for the first time. So to your left, you have the General Storeroom. And this is where your universal items are stored. Those won't go with you in the match. I guess this is where you can just manage your items. Then you can press this, which is a shortcut to the Rift Dealer. And then Battery Cycle. I have no idea what this does. I truly have no idea what that does. Then to the right, you have your item bag. So these are your items that you will bring with you in the match itself. You can move them. I will show you that in a second. The tactical bag, these are like, I guess, in-game or like in-match buffs items. You have the relic bag. Again, here goes the things that go in your match. And then the relic bag is what actually what will actually increase your score. So the more and the better items you find that will go in your relic bag, the higher your score will be, and the better items you can bring to your general storeroom and store for void coins, and then use your void coins to increase your armor and weapons, and then go back and then do basically exactly the same thing. So I guess that's what Rift Traversal is all about. The sentry chest, by the way, you can switch it, right? So you can press it, or actually you can only do that with this one. You can apparently switch this one for the better ones by, go complete a quest on a special event, or I don't know. This basically just expands the capacity of your sentry chest. So what is the sentry chest? The sentry chest is basically the chest where you can put some relics in, that in case you do indeed die in match, you will still have these items with you. So unlike the relic bag, where you will lose all your stuff, also you will lose all your items, everything, your armor, your weapons, the sentry chest will keep it for you. And then the key chase, or the key case, I'm not really sure what this is. I guess it's similar to the sentry chest, but then for keys, I guess. And then, you have your weapons that you will bring with you, the armors, and that's it. So for the items, when you press an item, you will get this little menu, and you have different options. So the first thing is, what I want to show you is the split option. This will just split it into two. So now it's one here and one here. And then I can drag it here, and it will be two again. You can press move, and then you can move to wherever you want it. This item goes in my tactical bag because that's where it belongs. I can move it back to the general storeroom or just drag it. That's also an option. Trading will pop up this little menu. If you press this button, you will obtain these void coins immediately. While if you press the button below, let me show you this one, you can press add, and this is basically a shortcut for a menu in the market tab, which again I will talk about later. And And that will be it for the storeroom. This is a relic storeroom. I guess you can put your special relics in here. This is a storeroom different from the general storeroom, but it is a general one. So this one won't go in the match or anything. So it's basically everything to your left will stay here, and everything to your right will go with you whenever you play a match. So next up, we go to this section. This is the one that you go to whenever you press this button. You go to this section right here. Like I said, this is the section that you will see, or the screen that you will see before you will start your match. It's basically an overview of everything that you have selected. So this is not different from this. It's basically the same thing. Your item bag, it's the same as your item bag right here. You have this button, refurbish all. I'm not really sure what this is, but actually I do know right now. This is basically if you want to refurbish everything that you have, like your armor, your weapon, instead of going to the rift dealer and do it one by one, or no, not the rift dealer, but the other guy. Instead of doing it one by one, you can just press this button. You will see how much it will cost you, and then everything will be refurbished. And then you have the Battle Edict screen, and Battle Edict is an item, or they are items that you can use to get all of these items with one click. So you have the basic, the intermediate, and the advanced ones. I'm not really sure how this works, but I am not really sure again how you can obtain those. But yeah, you can read what they are all about when you hover over them. I guess this is handy for when you have no idea what you're doing and you just want to play the game. Just select one of those. As you can see, I have selected this one. I changed... Oh no, or did I? Yeah, I changed the mole hook for the grappling hook because I like that one better. Mole hook, by the way, is a different type of hook that's exclusive to Rift Traversal. And I actually did forget how I got my hands on this epic case, which increased my capacity. I forgot, but yeah, there probably was something that I did that made me able to get it. I'm not really sure. And then lastly, for the Rift Traversal mode, we have this market tab. Here you can buy stuff, and I again was really confused because I was like, there's nothing here. What is there to buy? Here are my latest purchases. But if you want to buy something, you basically go to the left section here. You select what you want to buy, armor, and then you can basically buy all of this. And I'm not sure if these are things that people have put here to trade, or that it's just there by default. I'm not really sure how this works, but then trade, like I said, you have a little shortcut right here in your supplies. Here, go to trade, here, trade, add. This menu right here, it's the same thing as if you go here and then trade, you press this, and then as you can see, you have the same screen. So adding adding this item to your sale slot will make it able to sell, I guess. But I, again, don't really know how this works. So I'm not sure if there's actual people who need to buy this from their section over here in order for you to receive the money. This one got expired apparently. But what you can do is you can change your sale price. So I can make it way more than it's at, edit, and then it goes here. I can remove it from the sales. But again, I'm not really sure how this all works. And then the transaction history, I guess this speaks for itself. It's just a history of your transactions. So that's actually it. I've covered all the main game modes and the sub game modes. There are only 3 other things that I want to talk about. So actually, it's not it yet. The first thing that I want to talk about is the Rarity System. So basically everything in the game works with this system, from all the items to the in-game attack hierarchy, all of it. As you can see here in your inventory, you have like yellow ones and then this little indicator in the top left, the purple ones and the blue ones, and then you have like default or whatever it's called, that's gray. This one is rare, this one is epic, legendary, and then red is extreme. And then there is one rarity more, but I think that might just be exclusive to Rift Traversal. I'm talking about this one here. So items, and then this one here, you know, this has like a pink color and then it has 6 of those things. I guess it's the 6th rarity, but I'm not really sure if that's just exclusive to Rift Traversal and if the developers will do more with that. And then the in-game attack hierarchy, that's just, you can learn more about that reading the guides. Well, I will show you later. You basically have like your blue attacks, purple attacks, yellow attacks, and also red attacks as well. And by the way, that's what I will show you right now actually. So there are 3 guides. You have the Narakapedia, the Baizepedia, and then you have the official YouTube channel. So firstly, this one right here, the Narakapedia. In here, you can find your real basics of the game and a guide for them. And then under this tab, this is basically an encyclopedia or an encyclopedia or whatever the word is for everything that you can find in the game. And then all the different Souljades for the different weapons. But the difference between this and the other Narakapedia are that this Narakapedia shows different tabs. And that is because the Narakapedia changes depending on what mode you are in. So the combat and the combat tips are the same. Weapon controls too. But then, you know, you can just see the information about the Showdown Souljades. And as you can see, I guess they are actually different from the ones in the Herald trial. So what I said earlier apparently isn't right, because this has its own tab, the Showdown Souljade. Showdown Omens, I don't really know what this is all about. Techniques, you know, and then Rift Traversal also has different stuff going on in here. The next guide, this is, in my opinion, really the best guide this game has. If you go in here, it will go to the in-game browser, and it needs to load a couple of seconds. It will play this one automatically. I don't know why it does that. Quite annoying. You also can like minimize this, and then whenever you are in this screen, you won't hear the music from the game, but you can see what is happening. So let's say you are waiting on your party members, but you do want to check something out in here. You can just minimize it and go here. You can drag it around. You can scale it really like an actual browser application, but then in the game itself. By the way, this web page, from what I've read, isn't available anywhere in any other browser. I don't know how they did that, but maybe there is some secret code behind all of this, because, you know, you really can't find this anywhere else besides inside the game. So the home screen, this just, I don't know, shows you different kind of stuff, featured content, today's recommendation. This hasn't changed for me at all. Not really much to talk about here. Then the next step, this is the beginner's guide. I would recommend read all of this, or I mean watch all of this after around 10 matches or so. You know, this will just show you videos and tell you about the gameplay stuff, you know. So basically everything that this guide of mine isn't, you will find here. Because the things that I talk about in this video, you know, I couldn't really find any official guide for them or guides from other people. So that's why I thought making it. But gameplay guides, there are plenty of them. You can find, like I said, the beginner guides are here about stashes, grappling hooks, really everything that a beginner needs to know. Or even more advanced player. As you can see, there's even a section for Immortal War. So yeah, I would really recommend watching this. Then campaign, it's similar to beginner's guide, but then for the showdown mode, I haven't watched these myself because showdown to me was pretty forward. Then you have those two tabs, and those tabs to me were really important. And that's because you can really learn about all the different heroes and the weapons. So it's very useful, and I would recommend watching these videos after around 30 to 30 matches, but it's up to you. If you feel like watching them right away, you can do it. But if you want to experiment yourself, which I did, in free training a lot, you can do that first. Experiment a little bit, and then once you want to master one of these, just watch the basic guide. And some of them have an intermediate guide as well. The heroes have 3, not all of them. Again, like this one only has 1, probably because it's the newest hero. But yeah, I would watch these videos just for you to understand their different skills, ultimates, and they also provide some useful tips and combos for their weapons. So really useful. And then finally, the third guide this game has are the official YouTube pages. Well, actually only this one. So this is their official YouTube channel. Whenever they add something new to the game, you will find it here, trailers and everything. But they also made a playlist where you can find their official YouTube tutorials. But I actually don't prefer this one. I prefer the Baizepedia over this one, and that's because I feel like this is quite outdated by now. I'm not sure if that's really the case, but they're also longer than the other ones, and it is YouTube, so you can get ads if you don't have anything against those. As you can see, I did watch this video, and I also said it when I was talking about the Rift Traversal, because I really didn't understand anything about it. So I watched this Rift Traversal video basic tutorial, and it really helped me actually. So I would recommend just subscribing to this channel and then look whenever they maybe upload a tutorial that might be useful to you. Because occasionally it can get useful. So before we go to the Fairyland Penglai, there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that is everything you can do in free training. So I've grabbed my controller because that's what I like when I play the matches. Well, this isn't really a match, but I mean, it's still gameplay. So we have to wait a couple of seconds. So again, I won't show you gameplay stuff, but I will just show you how to use free training. Again, the frames per second might be a little lower because I am in silent mode. Let me grab this real quick. Alright, so the first thing that I want to show you here is that if you hold the start button, you can return to the lobby. That's basically how you can return, because I didn't know it and I had to search a video on it, so I thought, why not show you it here right away? Then if you hold the select button, you have this circle right here, and you have a shortcut to the Baizepedia. You can check out your hero intro. So this will show you your current skill and ultimate. I pressed R, by the way, which locked it to this enemy, or like this dummy character. Let's undo that. You can check out the weapon skills. Yeah, currently I don't have a weapon equipped, so of course it won't show anything. And then some other stuff. You can reset it. So this is the best way if you like try things out and you just want to reset, just hold the select button and then select reset training ground. There is another way you can do this. You can also press just the select button once and then you have like different options here. You can select what kind of training you want to do, and then you can enter combat mode, which will bring your enemy to life like this. As you can see, ouch, I don't know why he does that to me. I didn't do anything to him, but it is what it is. So pressing this again will make him stop. You can reset your skill. You can go full rage, but it's already full because I just reset the training ground. And then you can also reset your sparring partner. It will reset his possession, I guess his HP as well. I don't really know what ally bot is all about, but I guess that's not really beginning or for beginners anyway. Let's see, then you have the Rift Dealer. And in the Rift Dealer, it's similar to the Rift Dealers you can find in the main game modes. But in here, of course, you will have everything for free. So you can test out all weapons. And if you select one of them, for example, you have this extreme version of the longsword. Let's select that one. And then it will also come with the Souljades for this weapon. So you can test them out as well. And then, you have your ranged weapons, armor, different items you can, try out, special Souljades. You can basically test everything out here. I did notice that there are some items from the Walrus's Blessings. That's the like special Rift Dealer type thing that spawns from time to time in the like main game modes. And that one, for example, has the Moonbane Charm. You can get it here, but that's, it kind of makes sense because I don't know where would you put the Moonbane Charm if you don't have enemies and the map is so small. So I guess that's why they didn't put it in here. And then finally for the free training, there's one more thing I want to show you, and that's that you can change your heroes. For me, it's pressing left and then the left shoulder button. You have to press it at the same time. You can change heroes, and in here you can also, try out all heroes. So the ones that you haven't unlocked already, you can also try them out. And what you also can do is you can, try out the outfits that you didn't or you don't have yet. For example, this one, I can hold the X button and then I can play with this in the free training. You can do the same for the weapons. You can do that by going in here and then select this one, for example, hold the X button, go back again. And then as you can see, you just can see how they look in the game itself. So it's really nice that you can do that. And that will be it for the free training. And then last but not least, you have the Fairyland Penglai, or however you want to pronounce that. And that's basically if you don't have anything to do in any of the menus and you already started a match, you can go there because, for example, let's say I want to play Capture the Spirit Well, right? Because this one, the time that I had to wait in order to play it was really long. It was one of the times it was like 10 minutes and another time it was so long, it was like a half an hour that I didn't even play it anymore. There's, by the way, also another thing that I would like to tell you, and that's that Capture the Spirit Well actually does consist of players only. And it's like a 2-team mode where you are with 24 players. It's 12 versus 12. And you just have to capture as many of the spirit wells, those statue things, and then if you have most of them or something, you win. So it's a really fun game mode. I think a lot of people also like it. And like I said, this just consists of pairs only, so you won't find bots, but because of that, I guess the match time takes longer, the matchup time. So now that I've said that, let's go to the Fairyland. Penglai. I just like how it sounds. Penglai. You know what I'm saying? No? Okay. Anyway, you can go there by just pressing this button or pressing the, the star button on your controller. Or I mean, you can also start it, like I said, if you already started the matchmaking. So let's go there. I just press this button. And this is actually where you will see your frame drops. You know, if you have your highest quality settings and stuff like that, this is where everything will lag out a little bit. And that's because, of course, you know, you will see a lot of players at the same time. So, you know, the game can't really preload any of that because, well, these things happen real time. So things you can do here, there are quite a lot of different things you can do. You know, pressing the select button will open the map, and holding it lets you open the guide. Oh, I accidentally opened something else, the player camera. Let's disable it. Okay, so I meant to choose this. Wait, hello? For some reason, it doesn't want to open. I don't know why. I do not know why. Alright, so let's go out of this then, I guess. Oh. I'm still in the camera mode. That's so annoying. Can't I just disable? Oh, like this. Oh, alright, so now I understand what's happening. Right, so I guess I can go here right now. Yeah, alright, so it was because I was still in camera mode. I'm sorry for that. So here you can basically find everything you can do in this little lobby thing. I don't really know what you want to call this. You can play instruments and then unlock badges, I guess, for hero badge points and for you to put on your profile. And then there's some other stuff you can do. You know, this is, I guess, a little 1-versus-1 arena. I can show you in the game, by the way. And then you just have some other stuff. So let's actually go there. Let's see. I will actually turn on the different performance mode. Whoa, I really can't talk anymore. Yeah, as you can see, somebody started an arena challenge. I can accept it, and then I would do a 1v1 against him. Okay, I also got knocked down just now because, yeah, he is in this. Ouch, again, seriously. You can, like, transform in these balls. Yeah, it sounds kind of funny, but you can transform in those, and then you can just knock over people. So the arena, let me see if I can show you real quick. It's all the way there. So, alright, so it's somewhere there. This can get laggy, like I said. Well, it's not really laggy. Thank God it is not right now. So here you can just, you know, see information about the match because there is a match going on right now. And as you can see, if you look here, there is a match going on. As you can see, they are fighting. And the weapon, like I said earlier, the weapon that you will have and that you will use to fight, I guess. I'm not sure if you can select a weapon again if you accept arena challenge or an arena battle, but by default it will be the one that's being displayed in your lobby. Then another thing you can do is interact with... Oh, thank you. Somebody gave me a kite. Who was that? That was him. Thank you so much. Wait. So, as you can see, I'm going to send him a friend request. And do it like this. No, because he gave me something. And I really don't know why he did it. Because he wants to be friendly. Thank you. By the way, you can, oh, do you see that? It gets really laggy suddenly. I don't know why, because there's so many people. I could turn on auto performance right now. What are we doing? But yeah, let's actually not do it. So I'm sorry. I'm doing different stuff besides the guide. So something that you can do, you can hold to interact, and then you can do this. You can pull other players and make a whole tower of different players. You can jump and let's grab this one as well. Oh, I got you now. Alright, so you can just do this for fun. You can also like fly or something, or you can like use somebody as I forgot what's the word in English. Yeah, and as you can see, you can also use your emotes in here. So you can also chat, I guess, if you press enter, and then nearby, I guess you can chat with them as well. Let's press S because we are not going to do it. Right, this is my favorite emote combination. Alright, excuse me. So you can also give them with the things that you unlock from their weekly quests. Let me show you real quick. You can go here, and then like this person, I think, oh, did he accept my friend request? I think he did. So I go here, and then this button right here, gift, and then I can gift him some stuff. So this is the thing, like I said, you can unlock this from the weekly event, and then I can give this to him. So because he gave one to me, let's give one to him as well, like that. Right, that's nice, I guess. Alright, I already talked about the arena. Let's do this one for him. Yeah. Then I guess there are some other challenges, like a little parkour challenge is somewhere on the map. I forgot where it is. I guess it's this thing right, or no, that's the sky high racing. You can get a certain achievement or a badge or something if you finish this under like 40 seconds or something. So this is like a hub. Yeah, that's the word. I couldn't find it. This is basically like the hub of the game. So you have the lobby, and then this is the hub where you can just chill out with people. You won't be here with your friends unless you are really lucky. You have a little chance, but it's basically divided in different hubs, and then it's not like everybody is in the same hub, because that would be too much, of course. Yeah, and I guess that covers it up. I think I really did spoke about everything, all menus. I hope I cleared some things up. I do want to apologize for this video being so tremendously long. I didn't really plan on doing this, but to be honest, I really am not used to making videos, at least not anymore. I used to do it back in the day, and besides that, whenever I make video now, I write a script and I read it from there, but now I do it live, and my language isn't native. Wait, what am I saying? See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, English is my native language. But that's it for this video. I hope it helped you out. And again, I want to apologize for any inconvenience I brought you. I guess I did here and there, but it is what it is. So again, thank you for watching. Yeah, that's it. Oh, by the way, if you have questions, you can leave them in the comments. Yeah, that is really it. I don't know why I can't stop this recording. It's already been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. All right, it's really time to stop now. So let's do it. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.